Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from BehatiLife. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about how to write a petition with perfect timing. This is perfect timing because as we speak, tonight is the full moon in Virgo. And Virgo is a sign of perfection, but not only that, she is ruled by Mercury, the planet that rules writing and communication and the mind. And I work writing and using my mind and setting intentions and writing powerful petitions. That's how I manifest a lot of things in my own personal life. I get questions about this all the time, about how to write a powerful, impactful petition without kind of crossing any boundaries without forcing things. That's something else that I really wanted to, when people are working their magic and when they're learning their magic, becoming more comfortable with allowing themselves to kind of assert things that they want to come in, that they want to bring into their lives. So I feel like when for some people, when they are working on petitions or they're writing down things that they want, they kind of hesitate to say certain stuff, or they kind of hold themselves back from saying things a certain way, or they're not sure how to say things a certain way because they want to be very respectful of the universe, of the divine, of the higher power. They don't want to step on anyone's toes. They don't want to mess it up and have that energy kind of backfire. So that's why, I don't know if you guys have felt that way, but that's something that I kind of am getting the vibe of when people are setting intentions, and also my own personal experience when I first started working petitions and writing down intentions, why I kind of hesitated with putting myself fully out there. So before I get started, I want to start by saying that basically explaining what a petition is. And a petition is something that you kind of write to declare something that you want to bring in and manifest into your life. What I personally recommend if you're going to write a petition is to at least take some time to really sit down and know exactly what it is that you want. When you decide that you're going to write a petition, you need to take it very seriously. I don't say that to freak anyone out or to scare anyone, but I want you to take it very serious, because what it is that you're working with is energy, and everything that it is that you write down, that you think, will manifest itself and bring itself into your life, whether that be good or bad. So right now, currently, I have a tarot school that I'm teaching my students within my Sacred Circle Tarot School, and we were talking about recently the Magician. And the Magician card within the tarot card is the card that is one of the most, is a very highly powerful position card within the deck, because the Magician holds all of the power within his hands, his or her hands, and that power comes directly from the divine and comes down from the universe directly to him through his dominant hand, and then he uses that to direct the energy. And he has everything that he needs at his fingertips in order to work magic and to manifest things. In fact, that card is the card of manifestation. It's the card of turning something out of nothing and working your magic. Essentially, that's why he's called the Magician. Now, within our Sacred Circle Tarot School, we really dive into the meaning and the symbolism of it, as well as all the other tarot cards. But that card is such a strong power player. That card is ruled by Mercury for a very good reason. Now, there's 11 other planets in the planets that we work with when we're looking at a basic astrology chart. And the fact that Mercury rules the Magician, the creator, the ultimate creator, the one who's able to manifest things, and the card that says, like, look, if you use what's at the tools that you have and the resources that you have, that you're able to manifest and bring things into your life. The fact that Mercury is a planet that rules this one powerful card, it says a lot. Now, again, like I said before, Mercury rules mind. It rules how you think. It rules your thoughts. It rules how you express yourself, how you communicate, what you say. And all of those things hold a power to it. What you think holds a power. What you say holds a power. What you write down holds power to it. And those things, those thoughts, those words, the things that you write down, all of them have the power to then manifest themselves for good or for evil. So when you come into a space in your mind, mental, Mercury, when you're very clear and precise about what it is that you want, and then you write that down in a powerful petition, those things within a short amount of time begin to work themselves and begin to conjure themselves up in your life. Now, if you want to work candle magic with your petition, by all means do that. But this is specifically today, we're talking about petitions. It's one of my favorite ways to work magic and to set intention no matter where it is that I'm at. In fact, it is my go-to when I'm working magic for myself or for my clients, always and forever, because it works every single time. Whenever it doesn't work, it's because people are confused or cloudy, or when they're writing it down, they doubt it, and they have this like fear that when they're writing it, they're not in a good headspace, where they're almost like really super hesitant or scared or just not ready. When you are writing your petition down, it's really important that outside of knowing what it is that you want, that you're ready and you're open and prepared to receive it, because these things are ready to come into your life immediately. Mercury is also one of the fastest moving planets within the entire astrology chart, and of all the planets. And of course, Mercury works really, really fast because you're working with the element of Mercury. Now, again, the timing of this video is so magical, I have to say, because this Virgo full moon brings everything to culmination. It brings everything up to the surface, and Virgo rules Mercury. There's perfect timing with everything, and it makes sense that we're talking about this now. If you're watching this video, I feel like you were called to watch this video and maybe work your magic tonight or any other time that you feel like you're ready to write a petition. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about how to write a petition. Now, there's certain people who do it very differently. They have special paper that they like to write their petition on. In a pinch, I have written on like notepads, like sticky notepads, or a random notebook. There have been many times before I'm doing my dream job, which I'm doing now, where when I was working the job that I had before this, where I was at work and all I had was my work pad, like a legal pad, to write down my petition in order to get me out of that situation, because I wasn't happy at my job. I wanted to do what it is that I'm doing now in the way that it is that I'm doing now. So because that was all I had at that time was that legal pad and like a Sharpie. You guys know, if you follow me on my YouTube channel, I love these Sharpie pens so much. If I'm not working with Sharpie, I'm working with gel pens. But this is my go-to. But I would either write with that or like a free-flowing ink ball pen, and I would write down a really strong petition for exactly what it is that I wanted in my life. As I'm saying this now, my third eye is beginning to tickle. But I wrote a really strong petition for what exactly it is that I wanted in my life, and then when I was ready and the universe was pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, and I told myself, okay, this is exactly what it is that I wanted, but when everything started falling together, I started to get scared, which is it happens. I really want you to be I really want to be honest with you guys that when you do start seeing these things manifest into your lives, sometimes it does freak you out, because you now have to step into unknown territory. The same thing is happening with what is happening right behind me right now. I needed a bigger space for my apothecary. I wanted it to be a certain way. I wanted it to be specific. I wanted to fit within a certain budget. I didn't want to step outside of that because I didn't want to grow too hard, too fast, too soon. I still want to work from home. I wrote a petition, and then a day later, literally it manifested itself. Now, if I can do it, yes, I'm a witch. Yes, I'm a high priestess. Call me whatever it is that you want. But I'm not holding any secrets away from you guys. I tell you my methods word for word, accurately, precisely. I'm a Virgo myself, and I'm very much a perfectionist. I'm very detail oriented, and very specific. So I'm not holding anything back from you guys. Everyone, knows that they can trust me. My friends know that they can trust me. I would never steer you wrong. I have good intentions with everything, and I just come in here in a pure place in order to share that with you so that you're able to manifest the things that you want within your own personal life. So, moving back to what it was that I was saying before about what it is that you need in order to write a petition, you don't have to have special paper, but sometimes it is nice to go into a sacred space and to write your petition down on pretty paper or parchment paper or brown paper. A lot of people choose to use brown paper. If you're going to do that, I say, sorry guys, a phone call came in, but back to what it was that I was saying. If you decide to use pretty paper, write down a few times beforehand on like a scrap piece of paper in order to get your thoughts right. Make sure that when you're writing down and when you know what it is that you want, that when you're writing it down, that it feels right. You feel your spirit saying yes to you. Now, that's something too that I noticed, that sometimes when we physically, mentally, emotionally really, really want something, sometimes our spirit, our intuition says, yes, I hear that you want this, but a part of you is still not ready. A part of you is fighting this. A part of you is blocking this. When you start writing that, you'll feel it within you. You'll feel hesitation. You'll feel fear. And it's different to have fear and be like, okay, I'm excited for this to come in, and my fear is because things are going to change, but I'm still excited, versus I have fear because I'm not ready or because this isn't for me. It's mentally what it is that I think that I want, but spiritually, my body, my intuition is telling me, my higher power, the guides, spirit is telling me that this is not for me. If you feel that at any point, and it's up to you ultimately to decide what it is that you want and how it is that it makes you feel, take a step away from it. Take a few steps back, and then take some time to go back and ask for what it is that you want. Sometimes you can ask in that moment for something smaller or something different than what it was that you originally set the intention for, and allow that to manifest. Don't force, don't push things to come into your life. If your spirit, if your intuition, if the divine is sending you signals and letting you know that you are not ready for what it is that you want to be ready for. When you're in your sacred space, it's your sacred space. So it's a space for you to be vulnerable. It's a space for you to be open, emotional, and be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself within your sacred space, then it's not sacred anymore. Because now you're just walking into this sacred space and putting on a show. And the spirit, higher power, the divine, does not respect that. It does not work with that. It works with honest energy, open energy, and someone who is ready to be vulnerable. So there's that. When you do know what it is that you want specifically, and you're writing it down, be very specific. Be very specific. Actually, let me take a few steps back. So one thing that I like to do when I'm writing a petition is write down the date, the date and the perfect time of when it is that I'm writing my petition. And really what it is that I like to do is visualize this as a kind of like a legal document. So all of these details need to be documented, because on this day, at this time, at this moment in history, Jessica from BehatiLife is stating to the universe that this is exactly what it is that she wants. And this is what it is that she's ready to receive within her life. So I say this. I put that time and that date at the very top of the page. And then underneath that, I say, to whom it may concern, or to the higher power, to the divine. These are the things that it is that I'm open to receiving, and that I'm now in a space to receive within my life now. These are the things that are coming into my life now. This is my petition for the things that I want in my life now. And let's say if it's a relationship, be very, very specific when you are writing about the type of partner and the type of relationship, what that looks like, what it feels like within your personal life. Now, be careful again with exactly what it is that you're asking for, because these things will manifest themselves. You want to be, instead of saying stuff like, this person's crazy about me, he's obsessed about me, or obsessed over me, or he can't stop thinking about me and he only sees me. Those are things that can be a recipe for disaster, because basically what you get is someone who might be imbalanced and might need you in the way that it's like not obsessive, but it's not balanced. So what you want to do is paint a picture and what the relationship will look like. So my partner and I, you can go into detail too about physically, the things that it is that you're attracted to, if you want to go that deep. I've always done that with every single partner that I've ever manifested within my life. I was very specific about how they looked, even their careers, their jobs, because intuitively I was very connected with what I knew I needed next and what I knew was going to come in next into my life. So I just put that petition out there, and I made it manifest itself very shortly after. Most times it was always a month after I wrote my petition, and the only reason why sometimes it took so long is because my partner, whoever it was that was going to come into my life, needed to kind of prepare and get themselves ready, and I would just live my life, and then quickly after they would show up in like perfect detail. The only reason why I haven't shared details and pictures of my of people that I've manifested into my lives is because of privacy issues. I just feel like it would be bad news bears to put their business on the internet like that and just put them. I just don't think that it's a good idea. But I am more than happy to share with you apartments or jobs that I've had and take photos of exact moments, because everything is written down in my journals and books that I wrote, all my petitions in the past, because I hold all of them with me. And my petitions don't really change until that whatever it is that came into my life comes in and serves its purpose. So yeah, when you are working on relationships and you're working on visualizing and manifesting into your life and putting, writing a petition about a relationship, you want to spend more time focusing on what that relationship looks like and what it's going to feel like. Then write in your petition, my partner and I, we enjoy the same hobbies and we enjoy the same things. My partner's likes to, has his own hobbies. My partner has a healthy relationship with his family, and his family welcomes me into their life, and it's like a second family to me. My partner and I have a very healthy sex life. My partner is open to communication and open to learning and listening to me and me listening to them, and my partner excites me. My partner is fun. Like, just get really specific about the type of relationship that it is that you want and what your life is going to look like without putting restrictions on yourselves. So that's something else that I said in one of my recent videos that I made in one of the lunar eclipses videos. I think it was the Aquarius, the lunar eclipse, the Aquarius lunar eclipse or solar eclipse. I can't remember which one it was, but I was saying how one of my clients is an Aquarius, and she wants, when she sets intentions, she gets so frustrated because she says, I want a partner, I want a romantic love life, but I also want to travel, but I know love to look like this, so I can't have both. Well, she limited herself by her own perception because she perceived that she could only have one or the other, when in reality, love doesn't mean that for every single person, doesn't mean that you're confined to one location. Her perfect partner, her soulmate, her twin flame, her life partner may be someone who loves to travel with her and comes up with ideas for them to travel to, and it excites her and makes her, feel adventurous and brings out her best self. Maybe her partner loves to serve her. Maybe her partner is very patient with her because she's impatient, and it helps to balance her out. So these are things that you want to be very aware of when you're writing your petition and when you're setting intentions. Essentially, what is that you're doing when you're writing these things down? Also, be very aware and honest about your strengths and your weaknesses when it comes to setting intentions for partners, because none of us are perfect. And when you're asking for, especially a lifelong partner, if you're asking for a fling, you know what, go hard with that. You know what I mean? Like, say that if you want just a fling, then say what it is that would be super attractive to you. What is his job or her job? What does she look like? What does he look like? What does she do? The sexy things that you guys do together, the things that you want to explore, do those things for a fling. When it comes to long-term relationships, take more time to think about your strengths and your weaknesses, because these are things that I've seen can kind of break relationships over time, because we spend so much time focusing on the pretty stuff and the fluff of ourselves, the good of ourselves, that we neglect, because we want the relationship to be so positive, that we neglect even mentioning the things that we notice about ourselves that we may need work on. So when it comes to a partner, when it comes to longevity and long-lasting relationships, those negative aspects of ourselves or those difficult aspects of ourselves are still very much a part of the relationship. So you're going to want a partner who works with that type of energy and who is able to be there for the long haul, if that's something that it is that you want in your own personal life. I love that we're here. I feel like I'm like sharing secrets with you guys. Like, I almost want to like lean in and whisper, outside of the fact that there's a full moon going on right now as we speak, and I'm going to start working magic for my lunar oils and hopefully getting them up in the shop, even though the shop is currently closed at this moment, March 1st, 2018. Who knows how long this video will stay up, but it's raining out and my babies, my fur babies are kind of creeping around, you know, doing what it is that they do. So it just really feels like I'm in this like space with you guys again, sharing my little magical secrets with you, because I just want everyone to be these magical manifestors, and it's real. It truly is real for anybody who doubts it. My one video on how to be a witch gets slammed so much right now. I'm just stirring the pot on YouTube of, you know, what a witch is, and yeah, it'll be really interesting. But anyways, back to what it was that I was saying. Yeah, when it comes to jobs and careers or anything that it is, like let's say you want to work on your health and your lifestyle, especially when it comes to career and money. A lot of people want to set I get a lot of questions about money and bringing abundance into your life. The biggest thing that I do with that, and I have no trouble with this in my own personal life, is visualizing the lifestyle that it is that I want to live, and then figuring out how much that would cost, and then setting the intention for that. So one time I set the intention. I don't want to like go into super detail, but I'm only saying this because I want you guys to work your magic and work your magic well. So that's the only reason why it is that I'm saying this. But one time I was on Instagram and I saw this post, and I saw someone take a screenshot of their ideal bank account. And I saw that and I was like, okay, $2,000 a month, or I think it was $10,000 a month. And I set the intention for that. And I wrote it down. Not even a month later, my income increased. I had good ideas. The ideas that were lying dormant within me for a long time, I finally was like, okay, now's the time for me to bring these things into motion and then offer that up. Some of us feel so guilty with asking for finances and asking for money because society sometimes says that money is bad, but money is not bad. It's an energy. And the more that you are provided for, the more that you're able to give. So when I was receiving what it was that I was asking for, I was then in a place to give more to my YouTube, more to my students within the Sacred Circle Tarot School, more better quality and stuff. I mean, the stuff that I have now is very high quality, but I could then branch out and extend into more herbs and really highly unique oils and bring that into my shop, which is not available anywhere else on the internet. So, and that was because I was bold enough to set that intention, and because I knew that what it was that I wanted. Also, I wanted to take more time for myself so that I could better take care of myself and my health. So that meant that if I ever felt tired, that I could take a day off. Because that's the other thing too about running a business, is that you're always on the go. For business owners, you know that that's what this is like. So, and then also I wanted better quality of food, because the more the cleaner I was eating, the more my energy was pure, the better I felt, the higher my energy, the more that I could work for my clients and serve my clients. So me asking for more for myself actually trickled out to me being in a position to better serve my clients. This is why it's absolutely essential for you to ask for exactly what it is that you need, and to not feel bad or guilty or stingy for asking for these types of things, okay? So when you're writing these things down, again, be very specific, follow your feelings, follow your hunches, make sure that you are comfortable with what it is that you're asking for. Do not force it. The other question that I get a lot of times is just, what if I change my mind? What if what it is that I want is no longer what it is that I want anymore? Now, I can say from personal experience that, again, the relationships that I set intention for and wrote a petition for during that time, those are not the same relationships that I want in my life now. They serve their purpose, and I knew that within that moment. So of course I changed my mind, because when those relationships were done, and when I was done with them, and when they served their time, and they went through their death period, and they transformed and transitioned out of my life, I was very open to writing another petition even before the relationship ended, so that I was prepared for what was next to come into my life. This is why I tell my clients all the time, do not be afraid when things are ending in your own personal life. Take control. Move back into the power of the magician card and work your magic in order to manifest and bring these things into your life. Bring newness into your life. Don't ask for the same people. Ask for what it is that you truly want for yourself, that love relationship, and be open to receiving the gifts of the universe, of the divine, and what spirit has for you. Because they're always sending you signs. Spirit's always sending you signs. Guides are always sending you signs. Half of the time, we're just like, have our blinders on and we just don't want to see it. Now, at the very end of your petition, I always say, for my highest and greatest good, always and only, this and then some. And then I put a comma and I sign my full name, beginning, middle, and last name, and I date it. Again, this is a document, a very secure, like legal document almost, that you're making with the universe, with the divine, with Spirit. You need to be clear with your Spirit. You need to be clear with Spirit so that it's clear about what it is that it's working for you. You need to be clear with the divine so that you guys are both on the same level. If you are clear with the divine and you're writing down the things that it is that you want and you're stating these things that it is that you want and it feels good within you and you don't feel any level of guilt or hesitation or fear, then that means everything is right with the world. You're completely connected with the divine and you're right on track with asking for exactly what it is that you want. If the divine has something else out there for you, it will send that signal. Something will not feel right. Either you'll feel weak, you'll feel like hesitant, you'll feel like not bad vibes, but it just won't feel right. You'll feel like, then take a step back and work on something else, or maybe just take the rest of the full moon to to meditate, to pray, to be open to hearing what it is that you need to ask for. Because sometimes when that happens, a lot of times, what it is that we should be asking for are things that we don't even know that we need to ask for them, because we think, this is the only way, this is the only thing I want. Whereas the universe, the divine Spirit, has something totally else better, something totally better out there for you. All right. There's something else that I wanted to say. And, timing for setting a petition. You could do it anytime. Now, me personally, I always love working with full moon energy. But more important than that is how it feels when you're writing your petition. If you are in a space in your life where you're just like, I hate my job, today was the last straw, it's a waxing moon, and I don't even care what the moon phase is, I just need to go to my altar, go to my sacred space, and I need to write this petition now because angel, guides, Spirit, you need to get me the hell out of here before I kill somebody. Don't actually kill somebody, that's just an example. But, work with that energy because that is real. That is very much real. All right? So I hope that answers your questions. I hope that makes so much sense. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. This, again, is a sacred community, a sacred circle for all of us to share our experiences here on the YouTube platform, here with BehatiLife. I ask that other people be very respectful and protect our space and to not slash or slander anyone, especially the people who are negative and bring their negativity onto the channel. I love that you guys are so quick to defend my channel, defend our space, and to protect me. And I love that, but also don't let it get to you. I don't let it get to me, so don't let it get to you. It literally is like, it doesn't even affect me. No matter how crazy the comments get, it literally does not affect me at all. I see it and I'm like, I laugh and I'm like, moving forward. Like it doesn't even get to me. So don't let it get to you too much, okay? Surround everything in love and light and you'll be so fine. We'll talk soon. Happy full moon. Bye.